much. I want to say thank you to Richard as my riding president, long-suffering riding president. And you know, it's one wonderful thing about Richard. He and Joe are like brothers. Our kids play together, and Hannah's here today. It's really nice to see you, and his lovely wife Karen, who's always volunteering with me. And I've got a wonderful team here in Nepean. And just a few months ago, we elected a 34-member board. And many of them are here today, and I don't want to point them out because I know I'm going to miss some people. But the people that Richard has brought to the table for my campaign team here, they run Nepean. They are critical members of our community, whether they are in real estate. I'm looking at all of you here. They're members of the Legion. They run Canada Day. They volunteer. They are married to pastors. That's for you, Louis. We have a heart surgeon who founded the Ottawa Heart Institute. These are the people he brought together. A 50-year volunteer at a local school. And that's who's behind me. And they're behind Joe and Victoria and I. And I want to say thank you, Richard, for that. I also want to say thank you to Thomas DeGroot, to Bob Stanley, who's the Executive Director of the Progressive Conservative Party, and Rick Dykstra, who worked extremely hard with my group here in Nepean in order to ensure that we were going to have a successful nomination. And my daddy gratitude to the PC Party operations team, both our staff and our Progressive Conservative Executive. I want to say thank you to them. And to Gary. Gary, I don't even know where you're over there. We've become really good friends. Gary actually taught me how to play rugby this past summer. He told me if I was going to talk about rugby in the legislature, then I had to actually get on the field. And I learned to self-tackle, and if you wonder what that is, that is my 18-year-old brain thinking I can run fast, and my 42-year-old body telling me I can't. So that's what self-tackling is. It's actually quite, it's not elegant at all. So I want to just start by saying I just left the hockey rink, which is why Tori is a little bit late and why she walked in with a big, with a water bottle and a tray for drinks. I'm the manager for hockey team. I'm the trainer. Thank you, Tori. Remind me to make sure that she's late for the next time. But I almost don't have a voice today because we had a 4-game losing streak. And it was really getting depressing to go to the arena. It was very, very tough. And our girls, they were getting, sad. And it was affecting them. And today, Tori said to me, Mommy, we don't want to lose anymore. And today, in their 5th game, they won 4-1. Now, you're wondering why I'm telling you this, because I actually did go to the arena and I was dressed in this dress, and I was actually called Melania Trump today by one of the coaches. So I don't know if that was an insult or a compliment. I'm taking it as a compliment. But I wanted to say this, it serves as a metaphor. I've now been your Progressive Conservative candidate. This is my 5th time as your Progressive Conservative candidate. I've won 4 elections for you in the old Nepean Carleton riding because of a strong team, but we were never able to get that elusive goal by having more of us on the blue side than there were on the red side. So I take it as an omen today that after the 4-game losing streak that my daughter's team was able to win, that on the 5th time I run for election, that we will have a strong, stable, progressive, conservative majority government. And what I noticed with my daughter's team today, my team, is they did something together. They skated harder than they've skated before. They passed the puck more. They didn't let the other team get into our zone. But most of all, they played together as a team. And they won together as a team. And in order for us to win the next election, we must not just worry about the other team's weaknesses, and God knows they have a lot.
Amen.
It is going to be up to us to be united behind one leader, Patrick Brown. And it's going to require all of us to spread his message for Ontario. It is going to be up to us, regardless of what wing you come from in our progressive conservative family. It takes a hockey team to have a left winger, a right winger, a centerman, some defense, and a goalie. And it takes a political party in this province to have people from across the spectrum who want better government. And I hear all the time from folks, well, I'm a libertarian. Good. You're a member of this progressive conservative family. I hear from them, I'm a social conservative. Good. You're a member of this progressive conservative family. I hear I'm a red Tory. I'm a progressive. Good. You have a home here in this progressive conservative party. United together, we can win. And God knows this province needs it. I don't have to tell you. I don't have to tell you that taxes are higher than they have ever been before. I don't have to tell you that wait times in hospitals are longer than they've ever been. I don't have to tell you that there's challenges within our education system. I live it every day. I'm a mother of an 11-year-old in grade 6. I don't have to tell you that we have the largest subnational debt in the world. In the world.
Shame.
I don't have to tell you that. Everyone knows we're a have-not province. The great province of Ontario is a have-not province. I came to this province because it was a place you could get a job. You could raise a family. You could pay your taxes and hopefully comfortably retire, all while there were good public services at a time when you knew that your tax dollars were going to the priorities that we all set. After 13 long years, it's not just Kathleen who's lost her way. It's the entire Liberal Party. The rot has set in. So, I sometimes read in the paper that we have some issues. I sometimes hear on the phone and we're, not doing this the best we possibly can. Well, I'm asking all of you here today, and I know some of you come from different ridings. We need to win. And the only way we can do that is by being united and doing it together. And I want to retain the coalition that has won me 4 strong, massive landslides in Nepean Carleton. And they aren't just red Tories, they aren't just libertarians, they aren't just social conservatives, they aren't just accountability Tories. They're all of you. And so we need to work on what we agree on. And we need to do that with our leader, Patrick Brown. So I ask, are you with me?
Yes.
Oh, I was louder than that in the hockey arena. Are you with me? Yes. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So what I'm going to ask you to do is I want you to work with me over the next year and a half so we can change the state of Ontario. I want you to be involved in our grassroots policy process, forontario.ca. Send in your ideas to forontario.ca. Be involved. We have Dr. Don Beelands is running our policy process here in Nepean. I want you to be part of it. I want you to help us fundraise, because Kathleen Wynne has changed fundraising rules that was supposed to limit the opposition, and it was supposed to hurt the progressive conservatives the most. But guess what? It backfired. You want to know why it backfired? Because people are tired of the Liberals. And I don't need to tell you, because I'm sure you all know about it, but Patrick Brown and the progressive conservatives raised $12 million last year compared to Kathleen Wynne's $5 million. It backfired. But we outraised her 2-1. But we're going to need to do that here in Nepean, so I'm going to need your help with fundraising. And as we get ready and closer to the election, I'm going to need people to help me knock on doors. I'm going to need people to make some phone calls. I'm going to need people to help us put up lawn signs. And Daryl loves a big lawn sign crew, don't you, Daryl?
Woo!
That's my player. That's my guy. So, ladies and gentlemen, I believe firmly that not only will we hold Nepean, that we will expand our seat count here in the city of Ottawa, and that we will win. And we will go riding to riding up and down the 401, and I will be joined with more progressive conservatives across this great province. Jimmy McDonnell from next door riding Stormont Dundas, South Glengarry is here. he'd like to see somebody in Glengarry and Prescott Russell. I know Jan Harder would like to see some good allies at City Hall and the people that can listen to her and her council colleagues on Parliament Hill. And also at Queen's Park. Brian Colburn would like to see us form a government like they did in the 1990s and early 2000s. So together we can do it. We've done it before and we'll do it again. But my message today, make no mistake about it, I think the Liberals have already lost the election. But, and I know that's a bold statement, but I've watched our party snatch defeat from the jaws of victory 4 times. So the only people standing in the way of us winning is us. So I want everybody here, regardless of where you identify in the political spectrum, to be with me, to be with Patrick Brown, to be with our local candidates, to be with our Progressive Conservative Party. Let's share that message. Let's get out there. Let's win this thing. And let's bring Nepean back to Queen's Park next time with a whole lot more MPPs. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so humbled. I love you all. Thank you.
Yeah, she's a really hard act to follow. And I'm not going to even try, but thank you. And thank you, Lisa. It's an honor and a privilege to serve as your riding president. And I know all the members of the board feel the same about you. And you know, one of the things that you did touch on is that our wonderful Premier has changed some of the fundraising rules, so we can no longer accept corporate or union donations.
The unions were big on my payroll.
Yes, yeah. Anyway, this is not a formal nomination meeting. It is a formal nomination meeting. It is not a fundraising meeting. However, there is a table that is out front that Elisa is going to be nowhere near in the other room. So if you'd like to make a donation, we would greatly appreciate it, because it is going to be a little bit more difficult raising money locally now. So if you can find it in your hearts to give, we're certainly willing to accept. So, thank you very much. So I guess I need a motion for adjournment to wrap this meeting up. Is there one from?
Motion for adjournment.
Sheila.
From Sheila? Is there a seconder? From Helen Byers? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. This meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much.